Hi, I'm Mary Logston, Adult Services Manager at your library. And this month at your library, I want to start off by thanking all of you who accepted our invitation in November to participate in our Ames Public Library survey. We have received thousands of responses from those of you in the community who feel passionately about your public library. And I can assure you that staff is now spending time reading through and analyzing all of the input that we received from our thoughtful customers here in the Ames community. Today, I'm going to share with you a little bit more about something I mentioned last month, which is our eBook services here at your library. Stick around. So as I told you, we do, of course, have a really robust ebook collection here at the Ames Public Library. We get our ebook collection through a consortium that's made available through the State Library of Iowa. And so we share a collection of materials of ebooks to read as well as listen to with other members of the Iowa library community. I want to really emphasize that what's wonderful about the ebooks, first of all, they are free and they can be read or listened to on a number of devices. So whether you have a Kindle or an iPad or some other type of tablet or your computer, your smartphone even, you really can take advantage of the free ebook collection here at your Ames Public Library. One of the things that's really wonderful is that over the last couple of years, we've not only participated in the consortium, which is currently called Bridges, we have actually invested in additional copies of titles of books that are particularly popular so that our customers here at the Ames Public Library don't have to wait as long on the hold queues that pile up for the really popular titles. And we've also been able to purchase some additional titles that the consortium hasn't yet purchased. So I just want you to know that we are continuing to make an investment in this format, this method of reading, which is ebook reading. So what I'm going to do is just give you a really brief tutorial, give you an idea of how easy it is. I have my own iPad, and what I have done before today is to download the free app through Overdrive. Overdrive is the name of the company that provides all of the ebooks for free to public libraries. So I'm just going to tap on the menu of the Overdrive app, and you see where it says Bridges. I'm going to click on Bridges, which brings you to the Iowa Consortium Bridges platform. And here is where you will actually be able to choose from the selection of thousands of titles that are available through the consortium. At this point, what's important is that you sign in. And as you may expect, you sign in with your library card and PIN. So that same account that you use to use the Ames Public Library is what you're going to use for Bridges. I have already signed in, so I'm not going to have to type it in right now. So I am actually signed in, and if I wanted to continue to browse and search for items, I certainly can do that right here, in the same way that you would browse while walking through the stacks. But instead of browsing, I'm going to actually do a specific search. I don't know if you are aware of it, but each year the members of the Iowa Library Association announce at their annual conference a selection of the Iowa Center for the book All Iowa Reads. This year, in October, they selected Marilyn Robinson's Lila. So I'm going to check Bridges to see if Lila is there. So I'm going to do a search for the title Lila. and see if I can find it in an ebook format. And how do you like that? It exists in the consortium both as an ebook to read as well as an ebook to listen to. I notice here, however, that the ebook to read is checked out. I can tell that because the book icon is grayed out. At this point, I could choose to put it on hold in the same way that you would put a print book on hold. And then I would be notified by email when the book is available. But I think what I'm going to do today instead is go ahead and check out the ebook to listen to, the e-audio. So I simply tapped on the book jacket, and now I'm going to click on borrow. And it's as simple as that. And it pops up and tells me that this title has been added to your bookshelf. So now I have checked out one of my limit of 3 books that I can have checked out at any given time on Bridges. The next step at this point would be to not only check out the book, but now it has to be downloaded onto my device. So that would be the next step. So at this point, rather than go further, I'm just going to end to let you know that it's as simple as using the free app, searching through the catalog of titles once you've signed in, and then checking out. And you can just tap your way right through it. As I said, you can do this on a variety of devices. So I encourage you to explore the ebook collection that's made available to you here at the Ames Public Library. Now, when you're not checking out ebooks and e-audiobooks, and what you really want to do is get your hands on a print volume. Of course, the majority of the items that we have in the library are still physical items on shelves. And I know that there are certain kinds of books in particular that are best enjoyed in a physical format. So I thought I would just point out a couple of those today. We have a wonderful collection of art books at the library. And as you can see, we are getting new titles all the time. This year, just in November, we've added a brand new book, Wyeth, Andrew and Jamie in the Studio, which I think is just a glorious art book that you will want to just sit and put on your lap and enjoy looking through at your leisure. Likewise, we have a new art book that's about Elaine de Kooning, the wife of William de Kooning. This is a collection of her portraits. Again, probably the best way to enjoy a book like this is in print. So I hope that when you're browsing the new arrivals section for the latest bestsellers or for recent fiction about by your favorite authors, you'll also take time to look at the nonfiction new arrival section, because there you'll see not only art books but wonderful books in the wildlife section of the library. So here, for example, is a book, Wildlife of the World, put out by D.K. Smithsonian, and again, I cannot think of any better way to enjoy a book like this other than in print, in a large format, with a cup of tea sitting next to you probably would be best. And likewise, here is a great book on the ocean, the Definitive Visual Guide. And you're going to want to really just pore over a book like this, page by page. There's just so much detail to enjoy. And I just think that it's the best way to do so would be in print, on your lap, in a large format like this. The library is bringing in new books all the time for you to enjoy, both in ebook format as well as in print format. So I hope that you will stop by. And at this point, just wait a moment, and a few of our most recent titles will be flashing by the screen to entice you to come in and check some out. for those of you who are new to eBooks, or even for those who have been using it for a while but would just like a refresher course on how to really make the most use of the library's ebook collection, keep your eye on our calendar of events, page 1. For January, because we have decided to offer once again our weekly Tech Talks on Tuesdays in January here in the studio. This room on the second floor of the Ames Public Library that we use for small group book discussions and for Tech Talk and other craft programs, etc. So please take a look at page 1. Notice when you're in the library that we have got digital display screens throughout the building that are running a steady loop of advertising about what's happening at the library. So check those places as well as the newspaper. Talk to your friends to find out what's happening at the library. The Tech Talks on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock here in the studio in January are designed to give you hands-on instruction with one of our librarians on how to efficiently use the Overdrive app and the Bridges consortium of books to enjoy free ebooks made available to you through your Ames Public Library. Thanks again for joining me today. This is Mary Logston at your library.